My name is Jordin. I'm 23 years old and I'm owner of the gym Your Sports and More. It really exploded. I was getting 20 to 30 PTs per week. We're doing this full time now with three of us. Heavyweights can also do a lot of skills. I'm now almost 100 kg, so maybe 15 to 16 kg of muscle within 2 years. Lean down as much as possible, then learn your skills. When you unlock the skills, become heavier, so they grow with you. If you see somebody doing 10 muscle-ups, it's not really motivating when you can do a pull-up. Doing something that's within reach, so that your goals become more realistic, and then going for that one. A 1 rep max with 90 kg pull-up, it needs to be really explosive. It's really important to warm up the other muscle group that you're not training. So when you're doing dips, warm up your back and warm up your legs. But when you're doing pull-ups, also warm up your shoulders and your triceps, because you're using them. Actually, my dream already came true by having my gym.
Nice.
So now it's time to give something back and help people get to the top.
So I just had an amazing conversation with Jordin from Your Sports and More. We talked about how he became a gym owner and how he created an amazing calisthenics community at his gym. Also, we talked about education within calisthenics, and there was a lot of value for beginners. And more specifically, we talked a lot about the future of streetlifting and also about Jordin, his personal journey and how he is preparing for the calisthenics competition called Final Rep. So we hope you get a lot of value from this podcast episode, just as I did. And without further ado, let's jump into it. Hello, my name is Jelle and welcome to the second episode of our podcast. We want to create a platform for anyone who's important for the calisthenics scene. And today we have gym owner, calisthenics athlete, like professional beast over here, Jordin Vliegen from the Netherlands. So welcome, Jordin. We are very excited to have you. And tell us a bit about yourself.
Thank you very much. Yes, my name is Jordin. I'm 23 years old and I'm owner of the gym Your Sports and More here in Maastricht. I'm doing already 7, almost 8 years calisthenics right now. I started here in Maastricht in a little park, and then it became more of a passion for me, and I started doing it even more often. Also joined some group in the park. It's called Bar Brothers Maastricht from a while ago. And when I got older, my passion for like fitness and just being busy with my own lifestyle at a healthy way started to become even more important to me. So when I was done with school, I going to SEALS was like a school for like people that want to give lessons in sport, personal training, or older people, etc. And after that, the corona came. So there was a lot of free spare time for me.
Right.
And I really liked giving lessons, so like personal training. I was at that time also giving some lessons at Sport of Streetlifting. It's also a personal trainer. And I was just helping him out with some boot camps and some personal trainings. Mm-hmm. And after that, the corona went even more, like the lockdown.
Right.
So his gym needed to close. And I was capable of giving personal training. So I started doing that just outside in the parks.
Right.
Just for fun. And I saw, this is actually pretty nice to do. Maybe I can do it just for this time and see how it goes. So I brought some stuff, some parallels, some weights, and I went with people to the park. I give them some lessons, and after that it became more popular to give personal training.
Right.
And I started doing it for like 10 hours, 20 hours a week, just outside. And then how do you say it? The interest in doing it like a job became more like a reality for me. So I was thinking, maybe I can keep doing this, because I didn't want to be a personal trainer. Right. I wanted to go to the police.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes, I wanted to go to the police. And my school was also stopped at that moment. So I was at the police for school. And then I needed to stop that because of the corona. So I had so much spare time, so I started doing even more personal trainings. And then, it became colder outside. So I was thinking, all right, I want to keep doing this because, maybe even if I'm still going to do the police, I can do it in combination with that.
Yeah.
So I went to a friend of mine. He had like a small garage. It was like 5 meters long and 3 meters wide, really small. But I made a deal with him and I started giving my personal trainings that I did in the park. I did it in the garage. So it was still Corona. So I just did it for myself and for the people that I, like friends or were friends from friends. And after that, it got bigger. I was getting 20 to 30 PTs per week.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, okay, maybe I just need to like go for it and try it out because why not? Very simple. So I went to Roermond. It's a place where you like can make your business reality. KVK, I don't know the
Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, that. So I did that, and I started with my accountant to look for a name. So Joe Sports and More was a reality because I wear the first 3 letters of my name.
Nice.
And we're doing more than only sports because I also want to give some advice at the lifestyle, at nutrition, and how people can just like unfuck their lives, the way I call it.
Right, nice way of putting it.
Yeah, because it was for me really important to deliver more than only personal training.
Yeah.
I want to give the people a whole package. And after that, I met my colleague Roy. He was giving some kickbox lessons, also outside, and we training together sometimes at my garage from that day.
Right.
We had some small weights, a small bench. You got some barbells, so we can do squats. So it was more all round than only calisthenics. And I asked him like maybe we can do it together. So you come and work for me, and you can also give your lessons at my place. So we can combine it. That went pretty well. And after that, we found a studio just in Belgium, near the border.
Right.
And it was a bit bigger. It was like 7 or 8 meters wide and then 5 meters tall. We also had a garden there. So we started with the 2 of us, just giving even more personal trainings. I was already at that time doing it as a job. So I stopped at the police because I was thinking, I really like this way of life, just doing everything myself and seeing where it goes. I'm really young, so why not? And after maybe a half year, Roy was already working 20 to 25 hours. He was working in a restaurant. And I was thinking, if we go even crazy on this, he can also just join us and get a full contract at my place.
For sure.
Yeah, after that, we made some Instagram posts, and we started just also doing more on social media because the corona was like, the lockdown was gone.
Yeah.
So the personal trainings were allowed. And within no time, we both were working like 30 to 40 hours every week on personal trainings.
Wow.
He could stop his job at the restaurant. And we were still at the really small studio. Yeah. So after that, we were looking for bigger places, like really starting a gym. And it was really hard. We were at many places, and we are also in contact with people from in Maastricht that are like renting and selling these places.
Right.
So we were to an old car washing station. You need to get like a contract for it, so you need to ask it and then wait for like almost a year. So that didn't happen, unfortunately. We went to other places, but most of them were too big or too expensive, or the place was just not right, or the destination was good, but you just cannot start a gym in there because of rules in Maastricht. Yeah, right. You may only start like something for clothes or an office, but gym is not allowed. Yeah. So we just went to a new place. I got via some friends of mine. We did a call on social media, and it was, yeah, went looking there, was more than 20 meters tall and more than 10 meters wide. It was a really, really nice place, but it just looks like a cave. But yeah, you need to see, when you saw it, I was thinking it could be something cool, but a lot of work needs to be done. So yeah, just keeping like thinking if this was the right place or not. So we went to some other places, and after that I was thinking, yeah, I think the location was perfect, the gym was allowed, everything was good except the place itself. That was, yeah, it needed like a big renovation,
right?
Because it actually was only some stone, yeah, just a
Gate,
garage, a gate, a big garage gate. Yeah, and after that, we called him and he said, yeah, let's go for it. We just, let's do it. And he said, all right, let me make the papers for you. And then, yeah, we can sit together and make a contract.
Right.
So we needed to wait like 2 weeks. So I called him like, do you already know something? Because I was waiting. And then all of a sudden he said, yeah, it's not possible. Sorry. The deal is gone.
Yeah.
So I was devastated of that because I was finally thinking, yeah,
this is it.
This is it. So that was really shit because I was thinking, yeah, here we go. This is the gym.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I was really disappointed. And we did a new call on Instagram. And my father, he was really mad about that because we actually give each other like a handshake contract. So not on paper, but he said, yeah, it's all right that you can get it. And then he said, no, it's not possible. My father was also really mad about that. And we looked into some rules and we called him. And we said, yeah, it's just, why not? What's possible? And like 1 day later, I got a call and he said, yeah, I'm sorry for everything, but we fixed it for you. And the garage, the cave, it's yours. You can have it. So I was like, I didn't believe it because I was so disappointed in not getting it again. Yeah. And then all of a sudden I get, everything was true and we could start. So we signed a contract. We started there. We were standing here with just an empty garage, really big, and just thinking, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, really crazy. And then we need to do a lot of stuff. So a big renovation. So it was winter at that time. So it was like 2 months until we could finally do something. Yeah. And then we already ordered the bars. They were there. And we just started building the gym. And within no time, the gym was actually built. And because the gym and the garage looks like a cave from the inside, it got a really like industrial look. Yeah, so we got a really own design. It's really unique when you see it.
Yeah, agreed.
And then within no time everything grew. We got a new colleague, Misha, one of my best friends also these days. It's really nice to see how we, with the three of us now, we're growing. Like he was just helping us out with some personal trainings because Roy and I were doing this full time. Mm-hmm. And then it exploded. The gym, it really exploded. Yeah, it went so big. So all the people were hearing from it. The location was really good. Was free parking, so that's also really nice. And then within no time, he was also working 30 to 40 hours a week. So we were giving more than 100 till maybe 110 personal trainings every week. Wow. And then calisthenics started. The power of calisthenics was really coming out because here in Maastricht, we are like one of the few that are doing it for a long time, like Roy and I. Mm-hmm. Then also people like Eloy and Lars, and also my old friends from the bars from 7 years ago, also joining. And calisthenics was like becoming really popular again here in Maastricht with personal training especially, because people find it really difficult to start calisthenics. It's, I think, a lot different than in fitness. When you're starting fitness, you make a lot of progress in the beginning. But when you're starting calisthenics, you're actually in the beginning, you can't do a lot. Because if you're not able to do a pull-up or dip or push-up, then you really need to go to the beginner stuff, and it just takes time. But when you're into calisthenics and you're becoming great at it, then all the doors go open. You can just do so much more, because when you're able to do like a few or more pull-ups or maybe a muscle up and a handstand and dips, then you can do weighted, or you can do some skills, you can do walking or handstand push-ups, etc. So the better you get, it becomes much more nice to do. So we getting those people in that really like calisthenics, or also just normal personal training and some kickboxing.
Right.
And then within no time, it was also a full-time job for my colleague Misha.
Amazing. And
we're now working with 3 of us in Joe Sports and More, like full-time. And I think from all the personal trainings gyms in Maastricht, we also now, when it comes to personal training, we are the biggest, and also I think the most all-round trainers, because we're not only doing like basic calisthenics, we're also doing fitness. We also are capable of doing boxing, but we also doing lifestyle coaching, giving advice and helping people with nutrition. We have like good cooperations. We have Costa Nutrition now, fit preps, so we can deliver everything. And we're also working with the NCA. It's an educational program for calisthenics, but also for trainers. So we're also giving this like 2 times each year on people that want to become a better version of themselves, or want to become a better trainer or calisthenics athlete, together with my coach Hassan, that I also started with in the beginning of Your Sports and More, because I was thinking, I just need some help. I want to become like the best version possible. I want to become the best trainer in calisthenics, and I just also need some help, because I can still learn. You can learn the rest of your life. So when there are people that just are way ahead of you, or they just know much more, or they can lead you to the top, that's your sign to just go for it and do it together. Because when you're with somebody that can make you a better person, then not only yourself, but also everything else. So your surroundings, your friends, and your business become better. So that was for me the number one reason to just go for it and start with a coach. And also just to have somebody that knows everything to help me on everything in life. So not only like calisthenics or sporting, but also the financial parts, and just realizing that there are other things in life than only this, so that you can build something. Because for me, the gym was a dream come true. It was unbelievable, because if I now see what we've built, the community with all those people, it's insane. True. I cannot describe it via words. You really need to be there to see how it goes, and how the vibe is, and how everything just falls in place on the gym. But also, because of my coach and the people around me, I got like a new purpose in life and a new way of living and building my life. Not only working on the gym, but also working on a future for myself and for everybody that I love, and the people that I have around me. Because in the end, it's not about what you have, but what you did. And in my eyes, when you do it together, and you just get like all out of life. True. That's for me the most important goal. So he really helped me, like seeing, you have a gym, okay, that's good, but are you building like something for the rest of your life? And I wasn't good at with keeping my money. I was really like spending it in the gym and in food and just like doing some fun stuff because I was 21, 22 years old when I started the gym.
Crazy, yeah.
So it was like really good that the gym worked out, but financially I was like here. I was really not at a sturdy place because I think maybe if I didn't got my coach, the gym wouldn't be where it is right now.
Really?
And because financially I wasn't talking about a lot, not to my parents, not to my girlfriend, but he was like pushing me to tell it and like saying him, what are you doing? Do you have enough financial resources to for also the coming 10 years?
Yeah.
And can you keep your gym? Or maybe when Corona comes, do you have like enough spare money?
Yeah.
And I was thinking, yeah, it was actually just waiting until something like that would happen, and then it will be buy Joe sponsor more.
Yeah, right.
So that was for me a really good realization. And okay, financially, I really need to do something about this, and just not spending a lot of money, and just like more also putting it in places where my money becomes more worth it over time.
Yeah.
So I started doing this now, and because of him and the people around me that helped me with this realization of becoming more also prioritizing the impact of building something. I was able to do this really good, and now just my mind it's cleared because I can now like officially say I'm knowing how to keep my money for myself and to do something with it, but also to give it more value. And now I just have so much more peace also in my mind, and I was able to build such a better community because of that, because you're now focusing on something good, because I know everything is like the fundamentals are now in place, everything is how it needs to be. And now we can really focus on the gym. So this year, 2024, it's going to be even crazier, because everything with all the people is just perfect now. We have a really nice community. I have more than 20 people that are also like on a really high level of like athletes, calisthenics athletes, that I'm also just coaching. The way my coach does to me, I'm also doing it with other people that are like at a high level. And we're doing this full time now with 3 of us. And recently my girlfriend Lynn is also joining the personal trainings.
Amazing.
And next up is going for a competition and seeing what we can do together.
That's an amazing goal as well.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah. So I'm very proud of you. Like, it's amazing what you did in such a quite short time. Like recently you had it for a year. So that's just crazy. And as you said, the people that you have surrounded yourself with, that's just like, I know a lot of them like from way back, like they're very long in the game. So I'm really impressed with the kinds of people that you have surrounded yourself with. And like this, you can offer so much. And as you said, you can add value, you can do together, and you can go for competitions, or you can train beginners. And as you said as well, like beginners it's sometimes hard for people how to start with calisthenics. And that's also what we kind of want to do with Calisthenics Worldwide. We want to make it that calisthenics is affordable, or like everybody can do it, that the entry becomes less hard. So how would you recommend a beginner to start with calisthenics?
I just recommend, even though it's maybe in the beginning a bit more money, but maybe go to a personal trainer or a coach that just knows what he's doing, or go to the people that are doing calisthenics at a higher level, and just learn from people that are like at a higher level. Really simple.
Right.
But also give yourself some smaller goals. So each step is a step forward, even though it maybe are smaller steps. But people seeing somebody do a muscle up and they can't even do a pull up, then your goal should not be a muscle up.
Right.
Your goal should be like maybe doing like 20 Australian pull-ups in a row,
right,
when you're not able to do that yet.
Yeah.
And then going for one pull-up or going for maybe some isometric holds, and doing something that's within reach, so that your goals become more realistic, and then going for that one.
Right. So chop it up into pieces.
Chop it up, like, and then small. Makes it much easier, but also it's just a lot more fun, because if you see somebody doing 10 muscle ups, it's not really motivating when you can do a pull up.
Yeah.
But if somebody says, it's really nice that you can maybe hold like an isometric pull up or just a negative, and then it becomes easier. Yeah, that are wins. Yeah. Every win of every step forward is a step forward in the right direction. Yeah. So just go for that one, because calisthenics, I can say that to everybody, it's just the hardest part is the beginning. And the more time you just stick into it, the easier and the better it becomes, and it becomes even more fun. So that.
And how do you do that in a safe way? Like, what do people need to take? Like, when they're at home and they want to start training, what kind of exercise should they be doing? What should they take into consideration to really do it safe?
I think good fundamentals are and good basics are just the most important. So doing also a lot of stability, like planking, or maybe some push-ups on the knees. Even though maybe you can do, like, if you have it, like TRX or some rings, you can do some Australian pull-ups or ring curls. But also your legs, it depends on what you need to do. But you also just need to have like some basic strength in your legs. Also, if you're doing calisthenics, you don't have to. You don't really need really big legs, but just train everything. Become like an all-round athlete, and because when you train your legs, your upper body also grows. It's the place where most testosterone is produced. Right. So when I train my legs, it also goes to my upper body. And it works also the way around. Just train like full body until you see, all right, I get a decent amount of strength. Yeah. And after that, you can make it harder and maybe go to a gym or go to a park and try harder stuff.
Right. So you are a big guy. How tall are you?
1 meters and 86 centimeters.
Wow.
And 6'1", I think.
And how much do you weigh?
Around 97 and 100 kg.
Wow.
It depends. I can really easily lose some weight, but also just put it back on.
It fluctuates. And you said you train legs, and it's crazy because you started off also with statics, and you can do planche, you can do front lever, and then you decided, okay, I'm also gonna train legs. Yes. And you became bigger, and still you can do all of those things. Yeah. Like, can you tell a little bit about your own journey? Like, where did you start? What exercise were you doing? What were your goals? And how did you get to now?
Actually a fun story. So I started in the park like 7-8 years ago, and also went to some gyms, and they told me that over there, because calisthenics was already there were already some people doing it. Yeah, right. And he said to me, you need to do calisthenics. You don't need to do fitness. You're really young. I was like 14, 15 years old at that time. Yeah. Just do calisthenics. So I started with like learning some pull-ups. I really know the time that I wasn't able to do like a diamond push-up. Right. It was really hard. So just build it like basic strength with people that were doing calisthenics already better than me. They were the guys from Bar Brothers Maastricht in that time. Right. Shout out to them, because they learned me a lot. Yeah, true. And then I just fell in love with the sport. It was so much more so much better journey, because you learn skills, and that's so much different than learning more weights to push away or pull away. It's also really nice, and I have respect for the people that do that. But like doing your first handstand or my first muscle up, that was insane. Right. Yeah. So I started doing that. I didn't train legs at that time. Maybe some pistol squats, because that was calisthenics. Right. So I just did that for fun. And then, I really started to do and liking statics and some skills. So I did a lot of handstand push-ups. I noticed that my push strength and my handstands were really strong. So did some handstand push-ups, and with actually, like, I think within 2.5 years, I was around 75 kg.
Yeah.
And I was able to do a straddle planche, and a few months later I learned the front lever. But my front lever was I learned the planche earlier than the front lever.
Okay.
It's just stronger muscle group, I think. So I keep doing that. Made a lot of fun also with Eloy. We trained a lot together, and doing skills. I started also doing some dynamics because I really liked it, and then unlocked my shrimp flip with Eloy.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was really nice. Yeah, and after that I was seeing more and more people with injuries, and I learned more about the body, and I learned more about your body over a longer time. But also because I started giving personal trainings, and I started to really like also just becoming stronger, like really stronger. That's when I realized, okay, maybe there's some time for improvement, or just like proving people that heavyweights or people that are heavier also just can keep doing what I do.
Yeah, you did that.
So I started also with some gym, because when I was a personal trainer, and I was like doing 80 kg squats. It was really hard for me that time, and I was thinking, I need to be stronger when I want to make like this a part of my living.
Right.
Because competition in freestyle and in the way like Eloy is doing, that was just not on my list.
Right.
I didn't want to do that. So just I becoming more of an all-round athlete. There was also a time just that I didn't train as much as that did in the beginning, and like I'm doing now.
Okay.
I was like drinking a lot more. It was like my off period. And then after that period, I wanted to do just more with all of my body. Yeah. So I started training legs. I started doing weighted pull-ups, weighted dips, also in the park, but also in the gym. But I keep doing handstand push-ups. I keep doing front lever. I keep doing some planche, and it just growed with me when I became heavier.
Okay.
Because I was already tall, but I wasn't that big, because I was, I think, like 80 kg, 82 kg when I started with training my legs more often. And after that, when I started giving the personal trainings, I did my legs every week, and within no time it became really obsessed with me. I started really liking it, and I saw what it did to my body. Right. So I'm now almost 100 kg, so I just put on like maybe 15 to 16 kg of muscle within 2 years on just training legs more and heavy.
This podcast episode was sponsored by Berg Movement, and we have been using the Berg Movement app for a while now. We really love it because it has exercises for all kinds of levels. So whether you're a beginner or whether you're an advanced athlete, this has something for you. So there are 40 plus programs, there are 100 plus workouts, and also 1,000 plus progressive exercises, which will get you to your goals, like for instance, your human flag, your handstand, your one-arm pull-up, but also front lever and planche. There are also mobility exercises, and every workout comes with an extensive warm-up, and also you'll be doing a lot of cool acrobatic movements. The app has a lot of useful methods to prepare your body, and also a lot of unique exercises which we had never thought of before. It's a very well structured program, and it's also easy to switch your progressive exercise to personalize the program, and the app also keeps on updating on the regular. We want to invite you to click the link in the description and get your 7-day trial, and you can cancel the subscription whenever you want. So just give it a shot and you'll thank us later. And for now, let's get back to the podcast.
And when I learned started my trainings with my coach, I learned about streetlifting.
Yeah.
So the heavyweight of the weighted calisthenics is called streetlifting for people that don't know it. And it's really simple. It's just a squat, a muscle up, a pull up, and a dip. And you can choose between pull up and dip, pull up and chin up. And then you have weight categories, and you just pull as much weight as you can or push it.
Right.
And the total amount of weights that is push and pulled together, that's your score, and that is the way how you can win the battle.
Right.
So I'm in the heaviest category right now. It's from 90 plus 94 and minus 94 till 87 kg. So I was thinking, all right, what I'm going to do, and I became even more heavier. So the way I'm right now, and I was thinking, just go for the heaviest category. Now we're doing like a full plan with my coach, because in 1 June, then it's my first battle, final rep Benelux. So we're going to battle with the Belgium, Luxembourg, and then the Netherlands. And you can train for it in different categories. So I'm going for the 94 plus. And then you have like registration, so that participation, so that you need to send a video from all of the 4 of your lifts, and then they can choose you, and the 10 best of each weight category, males and females, they can join the event. So I'm still waiting for that. Right. And then if you're in the top 10, then you're going to battle against the 10 strongest street lifters from the Benelux. So that's the goal right now. And because of like becoming heavier and just keep doing all-round trainings, even though I'm now 100 kg, all my skills, everything feels almost the same.
Crazy. Yeah, it's amazing that you can still do full planche, right?
Full planche, I'm not doing it because of injury risk. I did full planche when I was 95 kg last time. But I also see just a lot of people like bicep tears and injuries with planche. So for now, if I'm doing it, I will do it assisted or straddle. Full planche is a goal for me after competition again. Okay. Yeah, it needs to be really nice to do full planche at 100 kg. I don't think there are many people that that can do this. So for me, it's being unique is a part of my personality, but also just proving that heavyweights can also do a lot of skills. Yeah. But you just need to be consistent, and I would recommend try to lean down as much as possible, then learn your skills, and then become, when you unlock the skills, become heavier. So they grow with you.
Right. So you start with...
Yeah. So now I'm going to do a new schedule with my coach. Yeah. And I need to lean down to 92, 93 kg. Okay. Because I'm going to do more reps and a little bit less weight. Yeah. And when I'm going back to the higher weights, I'm going to eat more and become again heavier. Because when you're getting stronger at a lower body fat and at with less weight, and you become heavier again, it's like the weights stay the same, but they also become heavier. So you make it easier for yourself. Right. So when you train lower weights, higher reps, just lean down, and when you're becoming heavier, also make the weights heavier. So you're
you get strong.
You make actually a bigger opportunity from the strength gain. Right. So that's how we do it.
So when it comes to your preparation, by the way, I hope you get in, and I also wish you a lot of luck during the competition.
Thank you.
But you're gonna kill it. And how does the preparation look, and how does the scheduling look, or the programming and the trainings? How many times do you train per week as well?
So yesterday, actually, I went to my coach for the new program. So we write it down. How many weeks is it until the event? So it's 21 weeks. So we divided it in 3 periods. Period 1, we're going for like lower weight, high reps, and just pushing as much as I could. Yeah. I need to do 20 dips with 75 kg at the end of this period. Wow. So that's a goal. and also 16 pull-ups with 40 kg.
Right.
So going high reps with, it's a lot of weight, but it's not as much as I'm used to.
Yeah.
So then we're going to the next period. It's also 8 weeks, and then we're going a bit lower reps and higher weight again.
Yeah.
And then we see what's possible within those 8 weeks. And those last 5 weeks, we're going to actually tweak all of my lifts. So the muscle up, the pull up, the dip, and the squat, just to perfection.
Yeah.
At really low reps, like 1 or 2 maybe sometimes 3, and just make it perfect, and have a little bit lower RPE. So like RPE means 1 is really easy, 10 is really hard. Then go for around 8 and 9, and we save that RPE 10 for the competition. So for now, I'm going to train 4 or 5 times a week. I have my upper body and my lower body days. In the next period, I will train 3 or 4 times, so a little bit less, and then also do upper, lower. And in the last period, I will train everything together one day. So you have a competition style training. So you do first your muscle up, then your pull up, then your dip, then your squat. And we have like 1 day it's only squatting, 1 day it's only just doing weighted dips, and 1 day it's only doing weighted pull-ups. And just more than a week of rest until you train again. So your my schedule now is the same every week, but my schedule becomes longer than a week to repeat it. So in the last few weeks, I'm doing like maybe 10 days for one whole routine of my program until the second. So I'm not training the same every week. So it depends on how the program goes and how I'm feeling.
Yeah. So why do you go from like a lot of reps and lower weight to like more heavy? Like, can you explain why your coach does this? And
yes, because I really want to do it myself. So I know a lot of stuff too about how everything in the body works and what's the best for somebody. And we just sit together, and he was giving some advice to me, and I was also saying to him what I was thinking that maybe is the best for my body. Because I now came from a period of program where I was doing really low reps and just perfectioning the lifts, and my body was just done with the heavy weights. I was doing 120 kg singles with dips like almost every week, and squats also really high. I was now doing 210 kg singles, and they went really good, but my body is just now, after all these weeks, just done with the heavy weight. And your central nervous system, that it needs something different. So my muscles need to be targeted at a other way now. So higher reps, but still a lot of weight, but just more like going for hypertrophy in the trainings gives it a new way of training it. So my body needs to adapt the other way around. So now I get a little bit of more rest for the higher weights, going for more hypertrophy and more like damaging the muscle tissue for around 8 weeks. And just via that way, your muscles are used to another way of training, and that makes it again better when you go back to higher weights. So now it's more endurance kind of stuff, and just making my body stronger to the soreness, and also just need to repair it more, making also a lot of more muscle tissue and leaning down. And then we're going back up to the weights. So my body had enough rest from high weights, and then also becoming heavier in my body weight. And then it's also a new adjustment for my muscles again, because I didn't do heavy weights for a really long time. So that's why we keep repeating it. So high reps, low weight, high weight, low reps.
Nice. And besides the exercise that you do, like the ones that you're going to be doing in the competition, are there exercises that you do next to them, like for instance, with mobility, or
Yes.
what kind of exercises
Yeah,
are we talking?
mobility is one of the most important things when you're doing street lifting, because you don't want to feel like pain, or you don't want to have your squat disqualified because your depth isn't okay.
Right.
Also, a lot of mobility training when pre-training, so activation and just making sure everything feels good. You don't feel any pain during the lifts. That's really important. But also, yeah, really basic stuff. Just doing push-ups, on a specific way. Bicep curls to strengthen your biceps, or hammer curls when you're doing pull-ups. Yeah, we're also doing kind of battles with each other. So we're going to do one push-up, then he does one push-up. Then I do two, then he does two. And we keep going up until somebody fails.
That's nice.
So it's a really nice way of training, but also it's really good for your muscles to keep explosive, especially. So after my weighted pull-ups, I will do with less weight, or maybe body weight. I will just do really explosive pull-ups, because when you do like a 1 rep max with 90 kg pull-up, it needs to be really explosive.
Yeah, right.
If you do it slowly, it becomes really hard. So explosiveness is important, but also just strengthening the muscles that need some extra power.
Yeah.
So for people that are doing dips, and they want to improve the dips, so maybe it's doing shoulder presses or push-ups, or for some people even some benching is also really good.
All
So
right.
it depends on the people, and it depends on where you're strong and not. So when I'm training the people that also doing street lifting, or when my coach trains me, we just we record everything, and we're going to look, okay, what's optimal and what's not. And the things that are not optimal, we're going to give it just some extra power by implementing some extra exercises.
Right.
Specifically do that to that goal.
Yeah.
So when your pull-up is really slow in the beginning, you're doing explosive pull-ups. But when you're maybe not strong at the end of the pull-up, so when you're just not reaching the bar enough, then you can do 1.5 pull-ups. So you're just doing the halfway,
Right.
to make that stronger. Or isometric holds on
Yeah.
top. That's also really important.
You dissect the movement and
Yeah.
specifically target certain muscles or certain range of motion.
Yes.
That's super nice. And but this is very specific, and that's very interesting. But for general beginners who want to get into street lifting, what are some methods that everybody can put to use, or that people can start with, or what are certain principles that you can teach someone?
Street lifting especially is easier to start with, because the squat is something that most people can do, and if you can do a pull-up or a dip, you have almost everything except the muscle up. So when you really want to do competition style street lifting, you need to be able to do weighted muscle ups. At least do one muscle up, but weighted is it's recommended for getting those points.
Right.
So I really think it's important to go to a coach with street lifting, or also go to street lifting people that are doing it a lot more. But it's actually the same then with calisthenics. Just make a really good basic movements, and just become stronger in those lifts, and then try to see where are your weak points and what are your strong points, and really work on that one.
Right.
Because
work on the strong points or on the weak points?
It depends, because if your squat is like really bad, it's the lift where you get the most points.
Right.
So just work on that one. But also when you're really strong on the dips and the squat already, you also need to work on those, because they give you the most points.
Yeah.
My dip and my squat is much stronger than my muscle up and my pull up.
Right.
So that's good for me, because those are the biggest lifts, so you get the most points. So I'm really focusing on those. And when somebody does like 10 kg more pull up than me, I can I can like get back to it by doing much more with the squat or dip.
Yeah.
So that's really important. It depends. So when your pull-up and muscle-up are weaker, it's not that big of a deal than when your dip and your squat are weaker. So I would recommend those two need to be at least good or really good, and the pull-up and the muscle-up can be a bit weaker.
All right.
But the best is when you're just like beasting in all of the four. When you see somebody like Pericol Fernandez from Spain, he was like really good in everything. And that's what makes you a champion. That's why you got first, because he just almost killed it in every of the lifts and like big time. And in the end, it comes down to your total weight. So if you have like a really good squat, but you cannot do like much weight with muscle up, pull up, and dip, you're not going to win.
Yeah, it's nice, like this kind of techniques, and also like what's practical and what you choose. And for beginners, I'm very curious about the future of this, because this sport will grow so much, and then you can see beginners now that maybe get into it and purely for street lifting or mainly, and then they can really specifically train for all of this. And also when it comes to like warm up or the amount of reps, or what would you recommend when people start?
It's also depends on the level that you are. Like when I'm doing squats, I'm going to do 200 kg squat. I do a lot of more warm up than somebody that does like 80 kg squat. Right. Like working towards that weight. But yeah, just warming up really good it's underrated, because I know a lot of people that are not doing it. Almost every time that I train, I'm doing 30 minutes of warming up.
What does that look like?
So mobility first, and then just activating the muscles. So just easily do incline push-ups when I'm going to do dips. Incline push-ups with some rubber bands, doing activation for the bicep, tricep, shoulders, just getting warmed up, do my mobility for my shoulders, but also doing some activation for like bracing. You need to do a lot of bracing, especially with the dip and the squat. So also work on that one. When I'm doing dips, I'm going to put my squat belt on, and I'm going to brace as hard as possible with the belt on.
Oh, really?
I'm not using it when I'm doing dips, but just to know I'm bracing good and I'm feeling it. I'm doing really specific ways of warm up for that exercise. So when
this is one of the ways.
This is one of the ways.
Right.
And
what are the others?
It's really important to warm up the other muscle group that you're not training. So when you're doing dips, warm up your back and warm up your legs. Yeah, it's really weird for the most people, but you use them, and they are also a really big part of your body that needs to be activated and needs to be stimulated. When I'm doing a dip, my legs and my feet are like pushing the weights into each other to have a good brace. So it's also important to warm this one up. And people think you use only your back and maybe your biceps, but your triceps are working really hard when doing a pull-up, because you're making a reverse movement. And the reverse movement is using your triceps. People don't know about this, but that's really important. So when you're going to do like dips, also warm up your biceps. But when you're doing pull-ups, also warm up your shoulders and your triceps, because you're using them. So that's really important. So 20 minutes to maybe a half hour warming up, good. And then starting.
Right. When I listen to this kind of advice, it's so complex actually. Like if you would draw out the whole training that you're doing, it takes hours, and the warm-up takes half an hour, and there's so many exercises and specific knowledge that you need to know. So indeed, it's very important for people who really are serious about competition to get a coach. And that's not really underestimated.
No, it's really important, and that's what we learn also at NCA. Because these are things I also didn't know about.
Yeah.
So for exactly that, you need to train the other way around. So when you're training your triceps for doing pull-ups, I wasn't knowing that, but when you see it and when you get the explanation of it, then you just see it and you think, it's actually
Makes
kind of
sense.
logical. It makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's why we're doing it. To also at NCA, and why we provide it, and when we hope that many people also are going to do the NCA.
Yeah.
We have it this month at the gym for the second edition, and already like 8 or 9 people that are going to do the NCA.
Right.
And they give so much value for the future of calisthenics and streetlifting, because they are the people that know everything. They are the people that know how to do proper warm-ups, how mobility works, why your muscle can, like the bicep tier, it's actually really like, it makes sense when you have done the NCA and you see somebody that happened to it. You see how a body works. You can understand which muscle parts needs to be trained when somebody is maybe not performing the exercise at its best or not good at all. Because somebody said to me, how do you know all of this? And how is it possible that you know exactly how I need to like put my feet when I'm doing a squat? Or how do I brace, or like to have the good posture? And it's all of this, you're going to learn it from the people that teach, like my coach from NCA. And that's why in the future, more people will understand it and then can give better advice, but there also will become more people that can give coaching or can give or can do streetlifting and calisthenics at a higher level. So it's really important for not only for injuries and for the person or the person that they give lesson to itself, but also for just the future in calisthenics. It makes it a lot more professional, but also more understanding how everything works. Because for most people, it seems almost impossible, or like not it looks out of their reach to start calisthenics. But when more people will do these kind of stuff, it makes just so much more sense to do it and to be able to make it bigger. So that's why we are putting a lot of work into that, and giving people the right amount of fundamentals and basics to hopefully in future get new high level athletes.
I think it's super important, the education, and also that there's a lot of knowledgeable coaches in the scene that can teach athletes, which means the competitions will be bigger, then the competitions can be better organized even, or just also more structured, as in maybe then there will be a very good nationals, and then people from there go to final rep and so on. And that way the sport can really grow and improve. So that's amazing that you're doing that as well with the education and with the coaching, and as an athlete as well. So what are the plans for the future in that? Like, what do you see in 5 years? Where will you be personally, but also with the gym and the education?
In 5 years, we have, I think, still the best community, for sure.
Nice.
In 5 years, I'm hoping to be like one of those streetlifting and calisthenics coaches that just can provide everything to everybody. I want to become just the best coach, just helping people to get to the top. Because now I'm training all kinds of people and I really enjoy that. But in future, I would be really nice to just help people become world champions, or help people to go to nationals, and then after that to like the world championships, or maybe like national championships, and just making dreams come true. Not for myself, because actually my dream already came true by having my gym.
Nice.
So now it's time to give something back and help people get to the top. So for example, my girlfriend is now also training for final rep, and she's become so strong in her lifts, and as an all-round female streetlifting athlete, that me and my coach, because she's also getting coached by my coach, we see potential in her becoming champion. So for me, it's actually a bigger goal for her to become champion than it's for myself to, become maybe like a top 3 place. I'm really doing this for experience and becoming just a better coach for helping other people. So I want to experience how it is, and if I'm able to win, let's go for it. Really nice. But just helping people get to the top and make their life better, stronger, and become champions. That's the ultimate goal for me. And doing this with the community, I'm 100% sure that's going to be like a true thing in the future. Because when you're met with all these good people in such a great place where we have everything together and so much great support, it's just like everything falls in place. So it's not possible that it's not going to happen. So for me, it's just doing this. I'm already doing the dream job of my life. It only can become better.
That's so inspiring.
It's sometimes it's really crazy when I think about it, that this is now my job, but also the job from my colleagues, Misha and Roy, that we can do this. Like I didn't know them. I know them from, like, we are also living in Maastricht, but we were not friends or something. So we just became colleagues, and the people that also are now training as an athlete of mine, or athlete for my coach and my coach, it just feels like a family. It's insane, and the way that we can be like with family, like friends, like family, every day, and working with those guys every day and doing this,
living the dream.
I cannot tell you, I cannot explain more how nice it is to do this already at my age. And when you have like in mind that it only can become better, and everything feels good, and we see where the future holds.
You're 23. There's still a bright future ahead.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to sharing it, and wish you all the best. There's a tradition in this podcast where we ask you the question that was asked by the former podcast guest, and then you can also ask the next guest a question. So I'm very curious for that. So it's in this box over here, which is wonderful. So you can check it. I actually don't know what the question is. So I'm very curious now.
I was thinking, what's this box?
Yeah, exactly. It's a surprise.
It's a perfect question. What is your go-to song for a training?
Very nice, though.
That's a perfect question. Thank you, Eloy. I have one song, and that's So Alive from August.
Oh, really?
It's a hard techno song. And why this is my song is because I did my all-time PR at this moment with the dip. I did a dead stop, so it means I did a dip, I hold it for a second, and then I pushed up pretty easily. So it was going hard, but I did it easier than expected at 125 kg. And I was on that song. So it just, when that song comes up, it gives me so much energy and
power.
Power. So every time I need to do something heavy, that song comes on, and we just kill it.
So thank you everybody for watching. We are very happy that we had this guy over, this beast. He gave a lot of value in this episode, and we hope we gave a lot of value for you so that you can take it in your training and become the next champion as well. And for the rest, we hope to see you in the next one as well. So have a nice day, and until the next one.
See you.
Goes into the box.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to have you, man.
Yeah, it was really nice.
It was really nice indeed.